Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another MAMJ Let's Play of Sweet Fuse. When we left off, we kind of got really close with Meoshi. He had a good cry, we had a good kiss, it was very adorable and very sweet. But now, we have awoken on our final day and we need to get out of here, otherwise everybody's screwed. So let's see what's gonna happen. Alright, so the door won't open, there isn't a puzzle for us to solve, so it looks like the ceiling's the only way out. Got it. We can't get up that high though. Even if I got up on your shoulders on top of the operating table, I think I couldn't reach. Yeah, seriously. We both grinned at each other. The way we've been limping around the room made it pretty clear that balancing on one another was probably not likely. Ah, you guys. So he wants to rest for an hour, is what he said. After a little more discussion, we decided a few hours should be enough. We were betting everything on the hope that, with some rest, we'd be able to tackle whatever challenges were left. That's a big gamble. That's a big gamble. So for the next few hours, we sat together in the dark room in silence. I hope it pays off. I hope we're able to save everybody. Is it okay for us to break it? I mean, when you put it that way, yeah. I didn't know you were such an anarchist. He said that's the first time somebody said that to him. Said that he's an anarchist. Never said neither did I. That almost makes it sound like he's admitting to it. And he goes and breaks the shelves. It makes sense though. He picked up my IV stand and quickly broke out all the glass panes in the cabinet. Our plan was simple. We'd stack everything we could find on the operating table, and hopefully make a pile big enough that we could climb up to the ceiling. It wouldn't be easy, but after our rest, we were both feeling much better. Admittedly, it wasn't exactly an elegant solution, but it was the best one we could think of. Yeah, easy. The cabinet was lighter than we'd expected, and after tipping it over, we easily lifted it up onto the operating table. I handed the cart to him, and he put it on top of the cabinet. It wasn't the most stable thing I'd ever seen, but it was taller than I was. So we're on a tool cart on top of a filing cabinet. Or, not a filing cabinet, but like a medicine cabinet. Yeah, that seems safe. What? Huh? Before I could protest, he disappeared into the darkness. What was that? A little? What you got? What you doing? Oh, steel pipe. Oh. Okay, so we can beat some zombies. Got it. They have guns, we have a pipe. Or a piece of a cart. He tossed the pipe he was holding up through the hole, and I heard it land above with a clang. I'll hold the table steady. Before I even finished talking, Kota had nimbly leapt up onto the table, reminding me of his performance on the corridor of hate. A few seconds later, he'd reached a hole in the ceiling. I scrambled up the pile of furniture and grabbed onto Kota's hand. With my other hand, I grabbed the side of the hole. And... with Kota and myself both pulling, we heaved my body up and over the lip of the hole. I did it! True, but at least you were able to pull us up this time, so it's better. He was breathing hard, but he looked up at me with a sparkle in his eyes. Exactly. That's what matters. Kota grinned like a little kid. So now, onwards to progress, hopefully. Alright. Back in the hallways again, we checked the time on our phones. We needed to get to the second floor, and to do that, we had to get through all the zombies. They're still everywhere. There seemed to be even more zombies than before, with their lanterns flickering around almost every corner. we'd never be able to get past them all.
試してみたいことがあるんだ。
What? He didn't answer, just hefted the pipe he'd taken from the operating room.
君は柱の陰に隠れていて、焦ったり驚いたりしても出てきちゃダメだよ。
What the heck is he doing? Before I could ask, a light appeared around the corner in front of us, and I heard the shuffling footsteps of a zombie. What? I couldn't believe my eyes. Instead of running, Koto was standing by in the middle of the hallway, apparently waiting. Even with the pipe, he'd be going up against an opponent with a gun. There was no way he could win. What are you doing? We need to...
大丈夫。僕は撃たれない。
Okay then. He looked at me and grinned. Down the hall, the zombie had caught sight of him and raised his gun. The now familiar rattle of gunfire filled the hallway, but Kota barely seemed to notice. Instead, he ran straight for the zombie, his pipe held in a ready position. I'm sorry, what? Did you make your own special move? As he shouted, he thrust the metal pipe forward toward the zombie. The sound of the gun stopped. With a thud, the zombie fell to the ground, the pipe sticking out of its neck.
経験値をもらえないのが残念だ。
I'm sorry, did you just kill somebody? Because I'm pretty sure while they're zombies, they're still people in costume, aren't they? That's what I would assume. I don't think they're like real legit zombies. But I mean, I guess this kill or be killed. He pulled the pipe back out and beckoned me over. I tried to figure out what had just happened as I walked up to him. What was that, I guess? I want to know why he didn't get hit, though. But, yeah, let's go with why didn't you get hit. Why didn't you get hit?
驚いた。でも僕が撃たれなかったのにはちゃんと理由があるんだ。
There's a reason for it? What?
そう。それと確信もあったんだ。ゾンビは参加者を直接殺さないって。だから僕も撃たれなかった。予想通りにね。
Well, if they're not gonna kill us, why do they shoot at us?
一番最初の血まみれホスピタルでは心拍数を測る装置をつけさせられただろ。あれを思い出せばいい。ゾンビの目的は脅し。銃撃される恐怖で心拍数を上げさせ、ゲームオーバーになるよう仕向けていたってわけさ。
Okay.
現に、あの時僕たち参加者は誰一人撃たれて死にはしなかった。
Yeah, that makes sense, but what about this time? We don't have the heart rate monitors anymore.
今回は捕獲だろうね。撃たれることを恐れておとなしくなるのを狙ったんじゃないかな。
But I mean, he does want to kill us.
目的がどうあれ手出しはできないんだ。だからあれだけ乱射されても直接当たった弾は一発もない。
You've been hit.
肩にかすめたことはあったけど、
Yeah.
あれは長弾で僕を狙い撃ったわけじゃなかった。
Oh.
僕たちが穴に落ちそうになってた時もそう。格好の的だったはずなのに撃ってこなかった。あれで考えてたんだ。
Sorry, I cut him off.
あれだけ撃たれてるのに一発も当たらないのはどうしてだろうって。今思えば、あれは避けていたんじゃなくてゾンビが外してくれていたんだ。わざと足元や柱を狙ってね。
It does make sense, because they did shoot the floor, but they weren't actually aiming for them at all then. Huh. Everything he said made sense, but I've been so focused on getting out, I never even thought about it. But when did you figure it out?
おかしいと思ったのは、ワルドブーが捕まった3人は生きてると言った時、殺す気ならわざわざ捕獲する必要はない。
Yeah, I guess that makes
本
sense.
当に殺したいなら見つけた瞬間に撃ち殺せばいいだけなんだから。
Then the blood we found. Do you think maybe they didn't get hit at all and the blood was faked?
かわそうとして運悪く当たってしまったと考えるのが妥当だろうね。量も少なかったし。だから指導さんたちはきっと無事だよ。怪我も大したことはないはずだから。攻略法は分かった。あとは前へ進むだけだ。
This man is rejuvenated, isn't he? Alright, let's do this. He was right. The rest is surprisingly simple. As long as we didn't let ourselves get surrounded and captured, we didn't need to run away from the zombies. Whenever we saw one, we just hide in the shadows until it got close, then pop out and whack it with the pipe. Poor zombies. I feel kind of bad for them.
あった。出口だ。
It had taken us a long time, but we finally were headed out of the maze.
悪夢の迷宮クリア
The voice of the announcer drifted out of the darkness above our heads. At last, the maze was done. So we still got to do 2 other rooms though before we're able to pass this. On the other side of the door, we were greeted by the acrid, antiseptic smell of a hospital. Ugh, and these lights. Maybe it's just because we were in the dark for so long, but they seem way too bright. I squinted against the glare of the lights and looked around the room. There were several cabinets against the wall, each filled with bottles of medicine. In the center of the room was a well-used operating table, and next to it was a table with several surgical instruments.
人体実験室か
Yep, we're back. We'd seen the same thing a few days before. It looked like the layout was the same as the other hospital. I don't think the zombies came to this room. We should be safe.
ああ一息つこうこれももういらないかな
He tossed a metal pipe into the corner.
ゲームに出てくるたび鉄パイプなんて武器になるのかって疑ってたけど実感したよ
Yeah, we needed a crowbar. I know. You took down a ton of zombies with it. Are your hands okay?
大丈夫まだ動くよ
No, I don't mean do they work. I mean, have you given yourself a blister or anything? Let me see. You did. Does it hurt?
これくらいなんともないよゲームダコができたのと変わらない
It's probably worse if you play like Mario Party, because that will destroy your palms. What? How?
ペンダコのゲーム版さコントローラーのボタンをずっと押しているとできるんだ
Yeah, it happens
まあ
sometimes.
要はゲームのやりすぎってこと
I don't think it happens to me anymore, because I don't have that much time to play games. But when you're a kid, yeah, it happens. Wow, you're not kidding when you say you really like games, huh?
うん今までゲームは逃げ場所みたいに思ってたけど少し違うのかもしれない自信が持てるからとかそういう理由を抜きにしてもやっぱり好きなんだと思う
It's a fun hobby. To Kota, games weren't just something he did. They were a part of his life. Even if he'd used them to hide from the world and himself, they meant more than that.
そういえばこの7日の間にもプレイしたいゲームが発売されてるんだった予約してたからもう家に届いてるから
As much as I want to give him crap for that, I'd be worried too if like I ordered Steins Gate or something and I'd be like, is it there yet? Can I track my order? I want to see if it's been shipped.
思い出したら無性にやりたくなってきたこんなところ
Yeah,
さっ
let's
さと
get out
脱
of
出しよ
here
う
so you can play your
そし
game.
て早く帰ろう
I laughed. Of course he would want to go home so he could play video games. Well, that's good and all, but if this really is like the other hospital, then this door's gonna be locked too. Unfortunately, that door was the only way out.
またこの錠前か前と同じだね
A doorknob that wouldn't turn with a white lock that had no keyhole. Now, if we touch this,
これは報いだ数々の実験を行ってきた私自身が実験の対象となる時が来たのだ逃げなくては意志を持たぬ不死の化け物となる前に
crawl to the earth and look to the heavens.
地
Okay.
に訪れる者のために
Again?
メッセージを残す地を這い天を仰げ
It was exactly the announcement I'd expected to hear.
謎は変わらないみたいだけどここの攻略法覚えてる
Let's see. Oh, we're gonna do this, huh? Okay, that's fine. It was like a royal something, right? Okay, so Mai dropped the jar and the stuff inside doesn't matter. Crawl along the earth. Mai was fidgeting. Underside written in blood. Mitarashi called it low rain king table and everybody made fun of him. No. I mean, so underside written in blood and maybe crawl along the earth? It's one of these. I mean, it gives you the chemical breakdown of it. Written in blood. That's all I need. There was a crown and 3 drops of water, right? I think that was the hint.
あそれだよく覚えてたねでもこれだけじゃまだ謎は解けない
He was right. All we had was a code. We had to decode it before we could do anything.
あの時は浦部さんが解いてくれたんだ彼は確か
Can we recall what he said?
で、次の問題はこの一生三円ってやつだ。
Ah, Mitarashi, it's been a while since I've seen
これは
him.
一体何なんだ。
それはおそらく一生三円、つまり脳硝酸と脳塩酸を1対3の割合で混ぜるということだと思います。皆さんも学生の頃科学で習ったかもしれませんが、これは
He just cuts off in the Japanese. He's like, this is... There we go. Yeah, Aqua Regia.
一生三円。作り方は脳硝酸と脳塩酸を1対3で調合か。意外と覚えてるもんだね。科学の実験をした経験なんてろくにないけど、やるしかないか。まずは棚を探してみよう。きっと同じ薬品も置いてあるはずだ。
It didn't take long to find the ones we needed. We carefully measured out the right amounts and mixed them together. Pretty soon we had an orange-ish red liquid.
こんなところから。
Kota looked at our concoction, nodded, and picked it up. He began to pour it over the lock, and bit by bit, the metal of the lock dissolved until there was nothing left. There we go. The lock's off.
人体実験室クリア。
Why is it the same puzzle though? Wouldn't you mix it up a little bit? You know that these people are re-entering the same quiz areas, so why didn't he change it? The announcement played as soon as the lock dropped off the floor. Good thing the puzzle is exactly the same. If they were all like this, we'll get out of here in no time. Right?
ああ、
See, he's hesitant too. He seemed distracted.
あのさ、
Yeah?
さっき言ったゲーム、複数人で協力プレイもできるんだ。
Okay. Oh, yeah.
だからその
Oh, that
こ
game.
こをクリアして。
I thought he was
外
talking
に
about the
出られ
hospital
たら
game.
さ
He's talking about the game that he ordered and he wants to pick up.
ゲームやりたいな。
Oh, Meoshi. He wants to play games with me? Maybe something other than games? Psh, let's play video games. Yeah, let's do it. That sounds like fun.
本当に？
I don't think I'll be that good, but it'll be twice as fun as if we play together. I'm still getting love bombs from this guy. Does that
僕もそう
help?
思う。
Kota's eyes lit up and a smile spread across his face.
行こう。きっと次の部屋で最後だ。
We both put our hands on the door, looked at one another, and then slowly pushed it open. Final room, huh? Okay, so this is the one that we failed last time. We're supposed to cut every single wire. But, is that going to be the case this time?
以前の血まみれホスピタルと同じなら、ここが最後の部屋のはずだけど。
There were stacks of old paper piled on the desk next to the computers, and bookshelves lined the wall. It looked identical to the first one. I quickly spotted the treasure chest and wire cutters. It looked like the puzzle was the same here, too. That being the case, it was likely that the countdown would start as soon as we opened the box, so we needed to remember how to disarm it first. I remember that very well. After all, it was in that room that we'd learned that Urabe was the traitor. But even after we'd solved the puzzle and cut 5 of the 7 wires, the countdown hadn't stopped. We'd been stumped. Which of the 2 remaining wires should we cut? Then Urabe said we should cut the blue one. The look on his face when he told us that he was a traitor was something I didn't think I'd ever forget.
だけど、6本目のセオンを切っても、タイマーはゼロになり、
Yep.
僕らはクリアに失敗した。
We had thought the timer would stop, but it hadn't. As it turned out, the whole thing was a trap.
そんなあれが正解だと昨夜あなた自身が口にしたではありませんか。
念のため保険をかけて嘘を教えたのです。昨日連絡を取った時にあなたの様子が怪しかったので。
Okay, so I don't know if I caught this last time, but Hawkstein said that he wanted to give him some false information, not because he wanted to trust him, but because Urabe was acting a little stranger. So I'm guessing that means that Urabe was kind of having a change of heart. Because why would Hawkstein... I don't know, why would he want us to fail? You know, he's giving us these challenges and we're supposed to be able to succeed and overcome them. So I don't know, like that whole thing was weird.
正解は全ての配線をカットする
Yep.
でした。アナウンスが言ってたでしょ。 全ての罪と引き換えにってね。
全ての配線だと？じゃあ付箋が2つ足りなかったのも日誌が青かったのも全てブラフだったってのか？
I think we should start by cutting the 5 that we originally cut the 6th one, and then if nothing
全て
happens,
の
cut the
配
7th
線
one.
をカットする。それが
Or
正
we
解
can
だ。
just cut them all, I guess. I nodded.
終わらせようゲームを。
Yeah. Kota grabbed the wire cutters and opened the treasure chest. Just as we had expected, it began to count down from 15.
さらば血塗られたホスピタリを私は全ての罪と引き換えにこの煉獄から解放される。
Twice. It sounded almost plaintive.
これを全て切れば
Just as Kota touched the wire cutters to the wires, Hogstein's voice filled the room.
まさかここまでたどり着くとはやっぱり裁判はいけませんね。
Why wouldn't you think we'd go this far? What?
どうせここまで来れないと思っていたので近代実験室の手を加えるのをおさばりしちゃったんです。
それはあいにくだったね。
でもこの部屋は違いますよ。最後なので念のために答えを変更しておいて正解でした。部活に手を出すとどうかです。
See, he did change it. No. Just when I thought we were done, he's gonna make us solve a new puzzle? I checked the countdown. It had just reached 12, which meant we had the box open for 3 minutes.
おかしいな。
Kota, however, didn't seem to be worried at all.
もし本当に答えを差し替えたのならどうしてそれを僕たちに教えた？
Ooh,
黙って
sneaky.
れば答えを間違ってクリア失敗になってたのに。
Oh. I hadn't thought of it before, but he was right. Hogstein would have known exactly what we'd do, so failure would have been guaranteed.
それなのにわざわざ伝えたってことはお前の言葉が嘘だからなんじゃないか？そう。
Hogstein didn't answer. I felt the tension in the room begin to rise. Kota's argument made sense, but it was Hogstein we were talking about. Even if he really changed the answer, his twisted sense of enjoyment probably wouldn't have been satisfied with watching us fail too quickly.
とりあえず保留か。
Kota seemed to have come to the same conclusion and lowered the wire cutters. Hogstein's laugh echoed around the room.
さあさあ、私の言葉は本当か嘘か。それをめげなければクリア失敗。一つも救えませんよ。
心理戦ってわけか。いいよ、受けてやる。
Alright, let's do it. He carefully set the wire cutters back down on the desk.
お前がそういうつもりならこっちも仕掛けさせてもらう。心理戦ってやつをね。
Is this where his L powers are gonna kick in? Hogstein laughed.
もし僕たちがここを無事に脱出できたら負けを認めろ。仲間たちはもちろん人質も全員返してもらう。
そんなのはすみませんとはやめません。あまりに特別な駆け引きです。お忘れですか？数日の約束は全てのゲームをクリアできれば一つや振り返すというもの。3日目にクリア失敗した時点で約束は仲間を返す。
Really?
させてもらっちゃいますよ。
That's how you're gonna play it? I felt my hands ball into fists as I listened to him talk. He's always changing rules and doing whatever the heck he wants. If he turns us down here, then we'll never be able to save Uncle Keiji and the other hostages. Refusing to let them go, even if we win, is just... Yeah, you better apologize. Say it was a joke like you always do. We've had to swallow all of your stupid demands, so I think it's high time you swallowed one of ours. If we get out of here alive, you let our friends and hostages go. We clear?
すごい剣幕だ。
That's
その報酬を認めます。しかしこうしてる間にも時間はどんどん過ぎてますよ。
Kota, that's gonna be the girl you're gonna be spending the rest of your life with. Just saying. I looked over at the countdown. No, it's already past 10. Oh, yeah. I scrambled over to the desk and yanked out the one drawer that opened. Inside was a journal, just like I remembered. It was the only thing we'd had to go off last time. Even if he's changed the puzzle, there's got to be something in here.
待って、わざわざ謎を解く必要はないよ。
Huh? My hand stopped. Mid-flip, I looked up at Kota. Hogstein looked nearly as confused as I felt. Kota beckoned me over, and then walked over to one of the bookshelves and tapped a book. The shelf slid to the side. Of course!
浦部さんに再会したら、お礼を言わないとな。
When the door appeared, Hogstein had shouted in surprise. Of course! If the room is the same, then there's even a hidden door here too. But even if we leave...
そんなところから出てもダメです。ちゃんとアタックをクリアしないとタイムオーバーでクリア失敗ですよ。
I didn't like agreeing with Hogstein, but he was right. The countdown was still going, and escaping wasn't beating the game. But Kota just shrugged.
これは心理戦だと言ったはずだ。僕の言葉を覚えてないのか？ここを無事に脱出できたら負けを認めろ。僕はそう言っただけで、アトラクションをクリアしたらと一言も言ってない。
Ah, you are playing L games!
つまり、お前が駆け引きに乗った時点で、アトラクションのクリアは関係なくなっていたんだ。
Yes.
残念だったね。稚拙な駆け引きに負けちゃってさ。
His impotent rage echoed around the room.
これは知力を尽くすゲームだとお前は言っていた。でもそれが間違いだったね。体力勝負ならこううまくはいかなかったよ。
The other end of the transmission was silent. It was the first time I actually felt like we'd beaten Hogstein.
このゲーム、僕たちの勝ちだ。行こう。
When he held out his hand, I'd never trusted anyone more. Oh, clever! Oh, the tunnel from the secret door had, to my surprise, taken us to the interior of Castle Hogstein. We had come out on the left side of the main hall. I hadn't been back in the castle since the first day, but the cage covered in blue cloth was still there. Uncle Keiji. At the top of the stairs, Hogstein sat on his throne.
裏口からようこそ魔王の城へ。
Thank you.
おめでとうございます。あなた方は7日間のゲームを決めて見事私に勝利しました。
Okay, you seem to be accepting this quite well. Defeated. The adrenaline and terror that had fueled me for so long suddenly left, and Kota had to catch me before I fell. He wasn't in much better shape though, and we ended up sort of leaning on one another to stay upright. We'd lost our friends, been shot at, and fallen through a collapsed floor. It was amazing that we could move at all. But against all odds, we'd done it. We'd won. Alone, either of us would have probably failed. But together, we'd had just enough to succeed. Kota and I looked at one another, and we nodded.
約束通り、人質を解放してほしい。そして、捕まっている仲間たちも。もちろん、ホテルにいる2人もだ。それだけでいい。他には何も望まない。
He called over some piglets and ordered them to remove the cloth from the cage. They gave it a tug, and the whole thing fell to the ground in a soft, silent wave. Inside the cage were all of the hostages, as well as Shido, Wakasa, Shirabe, and Urabe.
お前たち無事か？
Yeah?
2人ともありがとう。怪我はない。
いや、どう見ても満身創痍だろう。ガキどもに無茶させて悪かったな。よくここまで。
Thank you, Uncle Keiji.
大丈夫か？
Everyone seemed to be shouting at us at once. They looked tired, but not in any real danger.
なんだよ。みんな元気じゃないか。
Oh, thank goodness. Ah, but behind all the cheerful faces, I saw another one, alone in the back. Urabe. Urabe.
最後のゲームをクリアできたのはあんたのおかげだ。浦部さん、ありがとう。
Yeah, thank you so much.
いいえ、こちらこそ。
He bowed deeply. Then the piglets opened the door of the cage. I sat down on the floor. All my energy had left me. We did it. We saved everyone. Kota nodded.
よかった。これで君との約束も果たせた。
Huh? He smiled at me, but why is he looking away? Now we can play video games together. That's why. I don't know if that is or not. Even as I tried to form words to ask, I realized that all the exertion had taken its toll, and I was quickly falling asleep. My eyes fluttered shut, and the last thing I heard was the excited mumble of voices.
じゃあ今日はそろそろ会心だからそのつもりでね。
What? Alright. After I'd passed out in the park, I'd been taken to the hospital. That was 3 days ago. Uncle Keiji had come by to visit and said that the rest of my friends had tried to take down Hogstein. But he'd been too tired to tell me everything, and everyone else was still recovering, so I hadn't heard all the details yet. I needed to recover too. There would be enough time to hear everyone's stories later. I looked over at the bed next to mine. The sheets were perfectly made, flat and crisp. Kota should have been there, but it was empty. It had been empty when I'd woken up, and I'd had to wait for the morning nurse to tell me what had happened. He told me to give you these, she said, and handed me a small package. Inside was a Playbox jump and a letter. Okay? You helped me confront my past. I never could have done that alone, and I appreciate what you did probably more than you know. But I still don't have the courage to face the world, or you. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Kota Meoshi. That was all it said. Whatever we'd had, that small piece of paper was the end of it. No! I'm never going to see him again, am I? When had he decided this, I wondered. I thought, well, what I thought didn't matter anymore. I flipped the power switch to the PBJ. It greeted me with a cheerful bing, and the words "New Game" flashed on the screen. I checked, but there were no saved games. He'd reset everything, even though he was so close to beating it. I looked at his note again, now folded neatly next to me, but I could remember the words perfectly, and my heart sank. It's not fun if we can't play it together. The menu music filled the quiet hospital room. I felt hot tears trickle down my eyes as I lay on the bed, very alone. No! I did so well, though! No! Are you kidding me? Meoshi! What did I do wrong? What? I'm gonna skip that because I don't know if the song's copywritten or not, but... What? That sucks! I'm gonna try something. I'll be back, and if this doesn't work, then I don't know how to get a good ending with him, but let me try something. What happens if I ask what was that? Am I gonna get another bomb here? Because maybe it'll get me closer to him. Hang on. What was that?
ブラッディアロンライト。僕がいつもゲームで使ってるキャラ、聖騎士ランスロットの必殺技なんだ。
Okay. Okay, I got a bomb.
この技は敵との間合いが難しくてね。
Maybe if I get the other bomb,
コマンド入力しちゃったよ。
I'll get a better ending. I don't know. Do I have to play through the whole thing again? Anyways, hang on. He was rambling to himself like an excited kid, and I realized I was grinning. No, that's not the point. Why didn't you get hit?
まあ、あれにはちゃんと
Okay,
理由
this
が
is
あ
all
るん
the
だ。
same. I'm gonna fast forward to see if we can get a better ending. Since I am doing different things, I'm gonna restrain myself and see what happens. No, calm down. We've come so far, I couldn't risk making Hogstein even angrier. I don't know if that's gonna help, but maybe I won't scare Meoshi? It burns me up, but I think I should keep quiet this time.
乗れないってことは、結局僕らにビビってるってわけだ。
Oh. Kota glanced over me and winked.
だってそうだろ。僕らに負けない自信があるんなら、どん
Look
な
at him
賭け
egging
に
him
も乗れるは
on.
ずだ。違うか。
Hogstein was uncharacteristically silent. I need to press him. If we get out of here alive, you let our friends and the hostages go. We clear?
いいでしょう。その方針を認めます。しかしこうしている間にも時間はどんどん過ぎてますよ。
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can survive this and maybe get a better ending. Well, guys, the answer is no. I have no idea how you're supposed to get a better ending with Meoshi. There has to be a better ending. I know that there's character endings in this game. So, do you have to get the best response each and every time, and if you don't, then you fail and you can't get a good ending with that character? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay, hang on, because I was told that when you start the game a second time, you'll meet a new character. So I'm gonna fast forward through this real quick. Do you want to use the same name? Yeah, that's fine. And see if, like, maybe something's changed? Maybe you can't get a good character ending the first time around? I doubt that. I think I did something wrong, and that's what triggered that. But I thought things were going well. We were gonna play video games together and stuff, and he just freaking, he stiffed me at a hospital. Meoshi, I thought we were friends. Oh, here we go. Whoa! As soon as the door opened, someone slammed into me, knocking me off into the platform. I was checking the time on my phone and almost dropped it. Whoa. Who are you? I was about to stumble off onto the tracks when someone caught me. I turned around to see who it was. Who are you?
大丈夫?
Hi? He looked cheerful and friendly. I thought I could smell the faint aroma of citrus. Thank you.
あれそれって金ドブ?
Okay, so you know my keychain. I followed his gaze down to my cell phone strap. Yeah, it was a present. Somebody I know who works at the park gave him to me.
関係者? 羨ましいな.
I got a heart bomb.
気をつけてね.
Okay. Who are you? With a grin, he turned and disappeared into the crowd. And that's it? When do I run into this guy? Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit further and see if anything else changes. I'm just really confused as to what's going on right now. Well, guys, I've made it all the way back to the Samurai Fantasy VII, and nothing's changed. We just ran into that character at the very beginning, and that was it. So I'm gonna have to do some research, and we are gonna get some character endings very soon. I just don't know if I'll be able to do it in this video because I don't have a ton of time to like replay through the entire game, so I'll kind of chip away at it over the next couple of days to get something for you guys. It's just weird. Anyways, I'm sorry. I thought we were gonna get a Meoshi ending. We were on track. We kissed, and my heart's been shattered now. I feel like I got stood up, and I just need to go. I don't know, sit in the living room and eat ice cream for the next day or so. So I'm sorry. I'm sure this episode is gonna be short. It's gonna be unsatisfactory, and I just really do apologize, but it's still very fun, and we are gonna see this through. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next MAMJ. Let's go. Oh! Do you get it now? You saved me a bunch of times. You've held my hand when I was scared. You let me fall on top of you. I never would have made it this far without you. So don't give me that I'm no good stuff. I don't think a few nice words from me are gonna fix years of emotional isolation, but I want to be there for you. And I'm hoping you can be there for me too.